The Flash movie just got released. What went right in the movie? What didn't go right? How does this time travel thing even work? And what does it mean for the upcoming DCU? I am DC Legend, bringing you updates in the MAC-TEC Hero News on the Flash film 2023. This video will contain major spoilers, so if you haven't watched the movie yet, here is your spoiler alert. The Flash movie just got released 2 weeks ago, and on its second weekend, it already got an estimated amount of $210 million. At least that covers up for the expenditure of $200 million which they used to make the movie. And this is in fact the most expensive movie ever made, if my sources are correct. But the amount is even smaller than what they got for Black Adam, and they fear the film may not yield as much as expected. But like Bruce Wayne said, and I quote, from 2021's Justice League, for the first time, I am operating strictly on reason. So it's not too late. Let's show up to theaters and spend some hard-earned cash to watch the movie of the decade, or so I hope. The most interesting thing about this movie is that it's all actually about time travel, reaching a goal to teach one major thing: our tragedies make us who we are. We are not meant to go back and fix them. So things go wrong as a consequence of Barry Allen going back to the past to change his mother's fate. But before that, Barry's father, Henry Allen, is wrongly accused and is currently in a life imprisonment sentence for the murder of his wife. So Barry, who's a crime lab scientist, has found all sorts of evidence which are actually not working to free his dad, including a camera shot showing his father at a totally different location at the time of the murder, but still isn't recorded as enough evidence. Barry is frustrated, which is one of the major reasons why he decides to go back to make the journey back in time to change the fate of his mom. So there is a part of the movie where Barry gets to a restaurant to get a fast food snack, but the waiter kind of makes it hard for him. He's like, "Oh, give me the PB&J because I need so many calories." But the waiter's like, "You can rush a good sandwich, dude." Then Barry's called by Alfred, telling him to meet the Batman at some place. Then Barry's like, "Why me? Why not the other teammates?" Then he suddenly sees Superman on TV handling a whole volcanic eruption. So he quickly understands and goes to the streets to do his thing. Then Barry finally finds a way to roll back time to save his mom, but he is warned by Bruce Wayne. If you go back to time, you have no idea what the consequences could be. You could destroy everything, but nevertheless, he's made up his mind to go back and save his mom. Well, what do I know? So he gets back to time, but he arrives there at another present, that is in another different timeline. Well, in that timeline, we still have Barry, but we do not have Superman. Superman was killed by General Zod as a baby, while Supergirl is currently the one with the Codex, the entire Kryptonian generation, and the world is little moments away from destruction by General Zod. So what does Barry do? So while Barry thinks he's fixed the past, he saved his mom, he's fixed everything, All he did was to wind up in another different timeline, a whole new present having alternate versions of everything and everyone. So he shares a meal with his parents and sees alternate Barry coming towards them. So he didn't want his parents to see, so he quickly ran and pushed them. So he meets alternate Barry, and alternate Barry isn't just immature, he's 7 years away from his prime self, his prime Barry, and he hasn't even got his powers yet. So he's kind of like he is a normal human being. So Barry comes up with an idea to find Bruce Wayne so they can find Superman when he discovers that General Zod is just about to attack. So they go to another version of Wayne Manor, and alternate Barry is like, wait, Bruce Wayne's Batman? Batman explains he did his work too well. Now Gotham City has nothing to protect, so he's just sitting down every day, growing out his beard and eating as much as he can. And when Batman decides to help, they must now find Supergirl, Kara Zor-El. She is currently held by the Russians in a prison where she has been drained of her powers for years, giving her enough time to think how humanity makes her sick. So when they come to rescue her, she feels reluctant to join them fight against General Zod, until she discovers that he might have been the one who killed her cousin Kal-El when he was a baby. So they make a good team reunion here and go to fight against the Kryptonians. Well, the battle was really great. They fought really well. You really have to watch it if you haven't. But sadly for them, in this universe, General Zod wins no matter what. Though Flash tries to go back to the past and relive the things over and over again to stop his teammates from dying in battle, but they seem to die in every case, in every scenario. So Flash comes to realize the main lesson: you can't save everyone. Why he realizes it, alternate Barry doesn't. He thinks when things go wrong, you can relive and change the circumstances, and as a result, he turns monstrous. The team breaks apart. Alternate Barry against Prime Barry, and Prime Barry decides to make the choice to let his mother die one more time. Choice he makes is against alternate Barry and against his own emotions. Alternate Barry is now monstrous, a being we commonly know as Saboteur. So they fight and do some couple of stuff until alternate Barry decides to make a sacrifice, and Flash decides to let his mother die again. When he lets his mother die, he returns back to the present where he was, but now to release his father from prison slightly does something. He alters the cameras to show the whole events that happened, and currently his father was allowed, that was enough evidence, so his father was set free. So something happened. In the courthouse, he was met by another Bruce Wayne none of the ones he's ever met. That's another version of Bruce Wayne from another universe. So that suggests that something went wrong because he saved his dad. So this is kind of like what happened in the movie. So what could go wrong in a movie like this? For me, I enjoyed the movie. It was really great, but fans complained the movie had some sort of sketchy CG, like it was that of a video game, but I don't really buy that. I thought it was really great, but there were a lot of super in that they cut from the movie. The movie went on too long. They needed to make it small, and some Henry Cavill scenes that were supposed to be put, even scenes of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman that were cut, and even the battle against the Russians. They say they wanted to keep the movie rated 13 because it was really rough. She was bursting up all those Russians like some flesh balloons, and they didn't want to rate it R. They needed it to be rated 13. So the scenes they really had to cut. Even some cameo scenes that were supposed to feature in the ending, some fans say it didn't end well, it didn't end the way they wanted, but it's all because of some James Gunn's plans he has for the DCU. So I'll make a separate video about this to show the deleted scenes that were cut from the movie, why we didn't see them, and what does the DCU plan. So how does time travel even work? Well, all you need is infinite amount of energy of any kind. If you have just the right energy, you can go anywhere you want, including any different reality. So what speedsters use is what we call speed force. So when you run with the speed of light, you get an amount of energy that can punch someone years back or years ahead. This is what they use to go through time, to the past or to the future, or any different reality they want to go to. So that's just the basics of time travel. Just infinite amount of energy where you can't exist in the state where you are right now. You can go anywhere you want if you know how to manage it well and you understand the laws of physics. So now the Flash movie is a very perfect way to start up the rebooted universe. From the Flash movie, you can bring out a whole lot of heroes that DC could use in their new universe. So I just really think that the DCU and its partners and its workers and its directors all know what you're doing. By creating this movie, they have just made so many opportunities for the superheroes that are to come. So we're going to love them, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So like, share and subscribe to the channel so that anytime I make a new video you'll be aware. You can also check out our cool amazing videos on this YouTube channel. MAC-TEC out.